Hello and welcome to another video, and in this one, it's probably the last in the series on battle maps. We're going to be looking at adding a text layer. So let's pop up our map that we've been working on. We're going to unlock it as usual, and then up at the top here, the very last icon, we can see the text tool. So if we click on that, that opens up our text menu. This is fairly standard stuff. We open up a menu, we've got a font drop down, we've got a color picker, a size, we've got use lighting or not, we've got a text box, and we've got outline, shadow, blur, and offset. We've got an outline color and a shadow color picker as well. So all of these things can work together to add in whatever text you want. Now we're looking at single line text here. We're not looking at adding huge paragraphs or anything like that to the map. We're basically looking at adding something like labels or whatever. So to get started, we're going to start adding a text layer to this map. So first thing we want to do is to type in some text. So let's say we want a label on this part of the map that we added these effects onto. So we're going to call it the Big Bad Forest. And we'll just leave everything else as it is for the moment. And then we're just going to click where we want the text to appear. This adds the text layer to the map. And adds the text itself. And I mean, just looking at the layer, we have the usual thing where we can share this with players or make it visible. So if we only wanted this to be a DM layer, then we would just click on the icon here, which will hide this layer from the players if that's what you would like, or you can make it completely invisible to everybody. We'll just leave it as a standard just now. So, okay, so we've got our text onto the map, and now we can look to maybe edit this a little bit. So our editing tool is automatically selected when we place this on the map. So the first thing we might want to do is have a look at the different fonts. So we can drop down here, we've got a whole bunch of different fonts, and whenever we select one of these fonts, it changes the text to that font. We can make it bold, italic, whatever you want. So once you have gotten your font that you want, we can then look at some of the other tools here. We've got the color picker. So if we wanted green text, whatever, blue text, we can add that in there like that. We'll just leave it at black. So we're just going to cancel that and leave it at black. We've got the size, which is the height. So if we wanted really big text, we made it 20 rather than 2. That's clever. We can make it bigger. And then we've got this use lighting thing, which doesn't really seem to do very much. But once we add in some outlines and offsets and things like that, the use lighting feature will show more clearly. So we now have this slider here, the outline width. So if we slide this up, what it does is it adds an outline or a color to the text, and it makes it stand out more from the map in the same way as the room numbers here are also showing. We can take that off. We could put a shadow on instead, or we can also have a shadow and an outline, but you can see the effect of the shadow here. The higher up this bar, the more of a shadow that we add to the text. And then we can blur that shadow. So if we make this out, we can blur the shadow so that it's not just as sharp as it was. If we add in the outline, we can also change the outline color. So if we wanted the outline color to be green or blue or whatever, any of these, we can also change the alpha here so that the outline is less visible and fades more into the background. Let's cancel that for the moment. And then we can also change the shadow color. So if we wanted green shadows, then we can do that as well. Now, if we use color, if we switch this off, you can see the effect of this is that the um, the text is actually going straight over the top of everything on the map here. If we use lighting, then we can see that the actual shadows and things like that from these trees are actually over writing the text. So if we use lighting off, then the text that goes over the top of the map features such as shadows and the lighting, etc. Okay, so we can manipulate this a little bit more. This is added a layer, so if we select our layers menu, making sure that the text layer that we have is selected, we go to our layers menu, then you can see these series of squares, white squares has appeared around our text, and this means we can manipulate the text further. So as in all the layers menu, we've got a size here, and we've got a rotation, and we've also got quick transforms and flip, and we also can snap it to the grid. So we can do things like rotate text by just clicking on the rotate icons, and it rotates it, I think, at 45 degrees per click. We can flip the text backwards and forwards. And we can then reset it if we made a mess and we don't know how to get back to it. We also have another color picker here, so we can change the colors again if we wanted to from here. And we can also change the width and height. So if we wanted to change the width to, let's say, 20, then we can do that. If we click on this little aspect lock button here, then we can change the width and the height independently. So if we wanted to make the text something like that, then we can. And we can also just add in a number here if we wanted. So if we wanted this to rotate to 50 degrees, then we can just add a number in there. So let's reset all this back to where we wanted it to be. We can also use these little squares and this little icon here. If we drag this or select this dot and drag it, then we can see that we're rotating. If you hold down the control key while using this, then you can rotate it to any angle you want. Otherwise, it'll flip to 45 degrees as you go through it. The more you drag, the more it goes, but it goes in particular 45-degree angles. But holding down control, then you can make this go wherever you want. You can also drag these little squares here, make the text bigger, longer, faster, shorter, whatever you want. And you can still, of course, go back to the text layer, and you can still do all the outlines and offsets and things like that from there that you want. So basically, you can position the text wherever you want. You can have whatever size and color that you want. You can have whatever angle that you want, and you can add shadows, outlines, etc. And that's it, really. I don't think there's anything more that we need to know about the text layer. So thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers for now.